بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. We greet you with Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh on this, the 23rd day of the blessed month of Ramadan. We may have just one more week left before we celebrate Eid al-Fitr. And this, the 23rd day of the blessed month of Ramadan, was preceded by the 23rd night. And that, of course, was one of the odd nights of the last 10 days of Ramadan, a time when we could be experiencing Laylatul Qadr, the night on which Allah sends down the angels and sends down the Ruh al-Qudus, Jibreel alayhi salam, min kulli amr. Among the things that can be sent down for is to reward us for having fasted, reward us for having recited the Quran from cover to cover in blessed Ramadan, reward us for performing the Salatul Taraweeh. And incidentally, the Salatul Taraweeh is a time for tears to fall from the eyes while listening to the Quran being recited beautifully, not snippets, 2-3 verses, and you speeding at 95 miles an hour. That's horrible. No long passages of the Quran being recited sweetly and beautifully. And when you understand what is being recited, the tears fall from the eyes. That is surah, that is Salatul Taraweeh. And that Allah might bless us for our sadaqat. We shared our food, we shared our wealth, we gave our zakat, we gave sadaqah. And this is the night when Allah can bless us. All through the year we've been struggling in the path of truth, standing up for the truth, regardless of the price we have to pay. And we have paid the price all through the year. Tonight He blesses us. This is that night. This is the night also to make dua for what you've been asking for all through the year. To be given shifa from your illness, to get out of your debt, etc. I don't need to continue all of that. The Juz for the 23rd day begins with Surah Al-Qaf and it ends with Surah Al-Qamar. Now then, we proceed with the Antichrist, Dajjal, and we have been dealing with Dajjal in respect of only two of his footprints. There are many other footprints, and we are giving our explanation and our interpretation. It was the characteristic of my blessed teacher, Maulana Fadlur Rahman Ansari, rahimahullah. He never forced anything onto me. He created and nurtured an independent mind, a critical thinking that the Darul Uloom does not do. So I don't approach a student of mine or even an assistant to say, "You're wrong, change your thinking, follow me." I don't do that. Not at all. I teach and I say, unless you are convinced that I am correct, do not accept my view. So you have the freedom to differ with me. When I'm dead and gone from this world, my students will not all be parrots, simply repeating what I'm teaching, but they will have critically assessed it. And only when they were convinced would they teach what I have taught. So if they teach something different from what I am teaching when I'm gone, then listen carefully to what they teach. Seek to understand and critically assess. And if you are convinced that they are correct, follow them, not me. But if you are not convinced, if you feel that I am correct, then continue to explain and to teach what I have taught you, even I am no longer in this world. So now then, I have given you two of the footprints of Dajjal related to space and to time. Let me add some more to it tonight. Our Prophet said, Allah's blessings be upon him, that the Antichrist would ride on a donkey, and the donkey would travel as fast as the clouds, and the donkey would have his ears stretched out wide. If you choose to understand this literally, then keep waiting for the flying donkey. If, on the other hand, you choose to accept that this is mutashabiha, this has to be interpreted, then here is my interpretation, which I've been giving for 20-something years now, before some of you were even born, that the flying donkey is the aircraft. And therefore, the Dajjal will have control of the skies. And once you have control of the skies, you're on your way to winning any military contest, once you have control of the skies. And Dajjal will continue to control the skies, and therefore to be victorious militarily wherever he chooses to fight, until the second of the two currents come. In the first current, Zulkarnain cornered and checkmated Dajjal's foot soldiers, Gog and Magog. And in the second current, he'll do the same. And you can see it as plain as daylight. Even my critics can see that Dajjal has no control over the sky in Ukraine. Gog and Magog have lost control of the sky in Ukraine. And the battle of Ukraine is being fought without their control of the sky. If this is not a sign for you, then go back home and eat your biryani and go to sleep. Yes. So here are signs you have to be able to read, those who have eyes to read. The Darul Uloom is not doing that. The Darul Uloom says that knowledge is a package, it is sealed. All that you have to do is transfer it from one generation to another. And those who are impressed with that, well, leave them and we will move on. And as far as our critics are concerned, Al-Kafidatu Tasir, wal-Kilabu Tanbah. The caravan moves on even though the dogs are backing. Not only does Dajjal have control over the sky because of the aircraft and missiles, but more than that, in Surah Ar-Rahman, as we have referred to previously, and I want to end today the subject on time and space because we have other things to attend to. In Surah Ar-Rahman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about this control of the skies. Ya ma'ashar, ba'adawuzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Ya ma'ashar al-jinni wal-ins. He's speaking about that alliance of jinn and human beings. And it is an alliance of people who have no faith in Allah. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. People who reject the truth. Ya ma'ashar al-jinni wal-ins. He's speaking to this alliance. إِنِ اسْتَطَعْتُمْ أَن تَنْفُذُوا مِنْ أَقْطَارِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ فَانْفُذُوا. If you wish to embark on the effort to explore, to penetrate the stratas of the atmosphere, the space above us and the space below us, the earth, فَانْفُذُوا. Go ahead with your effort, proceed with that effort. But remember, لَا تَنْفُذُونَ إِلَّا بِالسُّلْطَانِ. No matter what achievements you make, when we decide not to allow you, you can't penetrate it. You will not be able to do it without sultan, without authority. And when the time comes for the great war, Allah withdraws this authority because they are laden with sin. A man marrying another man and getting a marriage certificate. oppressing mankind with your paper and plastic and electronic money, through which you can cause the value of money to fall and cause inflation and runaway inflation to take place and cause governments to collapse. And you bring about regime change only through the monetary system. But Imran Khan never understood that, and we tried to teach him, but he wouldn't listen. No. So because of this sinful conduct on your part, the banking system with riba, and you're earning without, you're reaping without planting. Everybody have to plant in order to reap except the bank. And so this is a civilization laden with sin. And then the time comes when Allah says, "Sanafrugu lakum ayyuha thaqalan." I'm going to deal with both of you who are laden with sin. And how will He deal with them? Yursalu alaykuma shuhazun min nar wa nuhas. I'm going to send against you a flash of fire, followed by nuhas. I understand nuhas to be smoke. Of course, you always have a different view. Sanafrugu lakum ayyuha Nursalu alaykum shuhazun min nar wa nuhas. When I do that, when I send that flash of fire followed by smoke, فَلَا تَنْتَصِرَانِ, there'll be none to help you. That is the Great War. And so the Great War is going to experience nuclear explosions. And you see missiles flying at hypersonic speed, but the angels can intervene. And although Dajjal will have the jinn with him, helping him with his missiles, remember that there is a book, and who has the knowledge of that book can cause missiles to fly at the twinkling of an eye. That is the Great War which is coming for those who can connect the dots and read the Quran and apply it to the contemporary world. That Great War is coming, in which space and time will no longer be under Dajjal's control. That Great War which is coming is one in which he lose control of space and time. And I am therefore saying to you, it is Russia, supported by China, which will emerge victorious from that Great War. But there'll be great damage. And so we have to salute the Orthodox Christians of Russia who are willing to die in order that freedom can be sustained and you can teach a lesson to the oppressors of the world. This is all for Dajjal and space and time, and tomorrow we'll proceed to another footprint of Dajjal. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.